Rao from Prabhat Kids School, Akola. Welcome to our today's science period. In this period, we are going to learn about another topic of water chapter. But before starting off this topic, we have to revise our previous topics in short. In previous period, we already studied about some important uses of water. Then, how do we get the water, sources of water, and the water cycle. Yes, and in this period, we have to revise our another topics. We have to see the importance of rainfall, then natural disasters due to water and water problem, how to conserve the water and rainwater harvesting. Now, what is the importance of rainfall? Yes, we already studied in our previous period that we see that the water is very important for all living organisms. To the first topic, importance of rainfall. As we know that every places in the world gets the rain. But however, there is a variation in amount of rainfall and the time duration. Means some places in the world gets the rain throughout the year, but some places having a particular time for the rainfall. In India there is a special time period. Means the most of the rainfall is falling during the monsoon season. Now we are eagerly waiting for the monsoon because monsoon brings the relief by cooling the environment after especially summer season. Indian farmers most of the depending on the monsoon for sowing their seeds in the agricultural farms. During the monsoon, the level of a water in the streams, lakes and ponds rapidly increases. Ultimately, the underground water is also increases. Now this is the importance of rainfall. But there is, as a water is a beneficial for human beings, so sometimes it is also harmful for human beings. Now the water is as a disasters. Means sometimes if there is a heavy rain, it causes the floods. Means the continuous rain for a longer period at a one particular place, it causes floods. Now what is floods? Look at this slide. The floods raise the water level, rivers, lakes, ponds, causing them to overflow the limits, and the water in these sources, they spread all over the nearby land and it causes the floods. So this totally villages and cities, they submerge into these floods. So potable water and food supply get affected because of these floods, causing a number of deaths, human injuries and the diseases and destructions. Most of the people, they drawing into these floods. Their houses collapse, their belongings, they get lost into these floods. So most of the communication network, they disturbs during this floods. So floods damages the crops, buildings and dams. Due to the damage of crops, there is ultimately shortage of food and grains. So there is a starvation problem. It carries away the animals and many objects with it. And last is the flood water washes away the topsoil. Means because of heavy rainfall, the top layer of the soil, it erodes easily. So because of the erosion, there is a soil erosion takes place and reduces their fertility. Now this is the floods. Now another is the no rain for a longer time. Means this is another natural disasters of the water. If there is a no rain for a longer time, it causes the drought. So what is drought? Drought is if a soil loses the high amount of water during evaporation process. Then ultimately, if there is a no water, means the soil does not get the water for a longer period, it becomes a dry and cracked, means it begins to crack. So dry and cracked soil, they unable to grow the crop easily. However, there is a shortage of food or the crops. Soil dries up completely, it becomes hard and begins to crack. Eventually it becomes infertile, but natural, it loses their value and it does not grow the crops. So water table goes down, groundwater becomes the scary. It is means it resulting into the scarcity of water due to the water table level is goes down. Due to infertile soil, the scarcity of water, vegetation of the drought affected the area is lost. Vegetation loss means there is the grass and such as the grass and fodders, they does not grow well in this soil. It leads to the shortage of fodder and to the domestic animals. Animals, they die due to the shortage of foods. In extreme drought conditions, lakes, ponds and even small rivers, they may dry up and this change and it affect on the aquatic life, it gets completely lost. So look at this diagram carefully. This is also given in your textbook, so you will watch it carefully. Now many humans as well as animals, they dehydrated and thirst due to this drought conditions. This is all over the drought. Now to overcome this problem or because of this drought or because of this floods condition, there is a major problem arises and this is the water problem. Now what is water problem? There is a lot of water is present on the earth. We all know that the 2/3 part of the earth surface which is covered by the water, but only 0.01% of water is available for drinking and usable forms. So out of this, all available for us, the total amount of water on the earth remains the same, but the demand of water is increasing day by day because of falling base. So the number of people using water is increasing due to rising population. Means number of people uses a lot of amount of water day by day and it ultimately resulting into the water shortage. Then more and more water is being used for the production purposes, just like in agricultural or in industries. It also uses a number of waters. So it causes to the water problem. Now the water conservation techniques are as follow. Now we have to save the water by following ways. So first technique, avoid the wastage of water, means we use a bucket and mug instead of shower while taking the bath. In this way, we almost save the 50% of water. Now, close the taps tightly after using in our school and our home also. Then avoid the cleaning of utensils in a running water. Then another is repair leaking of pipelines on a water taps. Then can you tell the another one for conservation techniques? Yes, check the overflowing of water tanks. Always observe the overflowing of water tank. Then recycling of the water. It grow the plants which require the less water. This is very important. Plant more and more trees. That type of trees we have to plant that absorb or that gains a less amount of water. Build more and more dams. This will prevent the both floods and drought condition. Plant now to overcome this water problem, we have to use a one best technique, that is the rainwater harvesting, which is given in our textbook. Now what is the rainwater harvesting? We know that the word itself having the meaning. Harvesting means there is a use of a water, means use of collection and storage of water for further use, means harvesting. Now the rainwater harvesting means this is one of the technique or one of the method in which water is conserved, means water is collected or stored for future use or further use. This technique is called as the rainwater harvesting. Means simply this technique is behind on the concept of catch water and where it falls. Catch water and stored it. Means this project we can build or we can construct at anywhere, in our school, in our home, any hospitals, any factories or in any industries. So come to next topic. There are two following ways of rainwater harvesting. So first is rooftop rainwater harvesting and another is roadside rainwater harvesting. Now look at this word rooftop. The roof which is present at all concrete buildings, means all buildings constructions having their concrete roof. This rooftop rainwater harvesting, the rainwater is collected from the rooftop. Look at this diagram carefully. This house having the concrete rooftop, which is the slanting form, that containing a water which is rolled down, which is collected at this one spatial arrangement. Means the one diagram is given in your textbook also, that containing a whole basic introduction of rainwater harvesting techniques. Look at this diagram carefully. In this diagram, this is the concrete wall. This is tilt or slant slope, means the rainwater which is falling on this surface or falling on this wall, concrete wall, which is easily rolled down into this spatial arrangement. Through this arrangement, one outlet is coming down into this large water tank, which large water tank, the water is stored easily into this tank, which is used by all other domestic purposes. Now the rainwater is collected from this rooftop and it is allowed to go into the storage tank through this pipelining concept. Now this rainwater can also be directly through the pipe from the rooftop to the storage pipe in the underground. Ultimately, this water is seeps into the ground surface and it increases the level of ground. Now come to the next harvesting technique, that is the roadside rainwater harvesting. This is another type of rainwater harvesting. Now in this type, the rainwater that falls on the tiered road around the buildings or colonies, it can be collected and stored by this roadside rainwater harvesting techniques. The percolation pits is covered with a concrete slab having the holes which are constructed over the concrete slab. Now rainwater which is falling on the road and goes down into the pits through the holes. So after filtration in the percolation pit, the rainwater is enters into the recharge well and through the outlet pipe it gradually seeps into the soils. So it gradually seeps through the soil. Ultimately it raises the level of underground water. So there is some advantages of rainwater harvesting. This is all over the rainwater harvesting. Now there is some advantages of rainwater harvesting. Advantages of rainwater harvesting is that it increases the availability of the water and it increases the level of groundwater. This helps us to overcome the water problem. Now it's our moral duty to save the water. So save water, save life. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay